You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. The Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, has urged all countries, including ASEAN members, to seek a unified strategy towards Myanmar centered on the needs and aspirations of the country's people. EAC News reporter Dashana Gochin has more.
Speaking at a press conference on Saturday during the ASEAN Summit in Phnom Penh, the UN Secretary General said that the situation in Myanmar is an unending nightmare for the people of the country and a threat to peace and security across the region. He added that indiscriminate attacks on civilians were horrendous and heartbreaking to see. Secretary General Guterres urged Myanmar authorities to listen to their people, release political prisoners, and to get a democratic transition back on track immediately. He also reiterated his call for urgent action by the Myanmar authorities to create conditions for the voluntary return of almost 1 million Rohingya refugees. Responding to a question from the press on what the Secretary General had to say about criticisms directed at the UN and ASEAN on its failed handling of the Myanmar crisis, Secretary General Guterres responded that this failure was shared by the international community as a whole, and not only the UN and ASEAN. He said it is dramatic to see the suffering of the Myanmar people, but stressed that the UN is already working closely with Indonesia, the next ASEAN chair, to continue pushing forward the implementation of the 5-point consensus and the development of a number of initiatives to re-establish democracy and release political prisoners. Once the ASEAN summit concludes, the UN Secretary General will be heading to Bali, Indonesia to attend the G20 summit. Darshana Gauchan, EAC News.